Welcome to Mysteries, Myths, and Legends. I'm Taylor.
And I'm Savannah.
Welcome back to episode 3.
Yay. Oh my god, Taylor, but when you were counting down into this episode, you reminded me of Freddie from iCarly.
That's what I was trying to do because I've been watching iCarly on
Oh my god,
Netflix.
I feel like everybody's been watching it.
Yeah, it's just really stupid, but I love it.
I need to restart it. I haven't yet.
You gotta. But yeah, sorry about last week. I had a kidney stone, so
Yeah.
your girl
She was
couldn't
dying.
record. Yeah, could not do that. But we passed it. It's okay. I'm good. And we're back. So,
Back and better than ever.
yes.
Okay,
Okay.
so the
Yes.
last episode, I forgot to mention something that's kind of important to like my
really,
story.
Like really important.
So the story I did last time was on the Jersey Devil, and I used to live by there, New Jersey, and in 6th grade, we went on this 6th grade camping trip, like the whole grade went, and we went to the Jersey, like, Pine Barrens, basically. Like a camp
God.
that was in New Jersey.
Dude, what if you were literally with the Jersey Devil? Like, what if he
Yeah,
came by,
honestly,
like, your campsite that night?
I do kind of remember being scared of it coming out and, like, getting us.
Yeah,
It
I'm
was,
sure.
like, at this YMCA camp in Jersey.
Like, just in the
and-
middle of the woods?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it
That's
was crazy.
creepy. That's really creepy.
Um,
That's
yeah, I
really
know.
funny that was your, like, middle school trip, because my middle school trip was, like, to the beach. I mean, like, we went to this, like, marine center and stuff and did things, but the
Yeah,
difference.
we went camping, like, an hour away, I think. And, it was actually so fun. I remember a lot about it. One of my teachers, like, the one teacher who's in charge of the whole trip, she was kind of crazy.
Me.
She was like, guys, I'm gonna sleep on a picnic bench outside, so if anybody comes out of their cabins, like, I'll know.
Oh, I was like, why would she do that?
Yeah.
Out there
So
with the Jersey Devil.
I know, that's what I was thinking. Like, why was she doing that? I wonder if she actually did. Like, I don't know.
I really doubt it. I think she was just saying that so, like, the boys and the girls
I mean,
couldn't.
I don't know. She was a little crazy.
Oh, interesting. That's funny. Well, yeah, that's crazy. I can't believe you forgot. Like, we realized immediately after we recorded
know.
that.
No,
that-
because I went out into the other room and my sister was just like, so did you talk about the 6th grade campus trip? I was like, no.
That's so funny. So, another crazy thing that's happening right now, like, I'm sure everybody's aware, but, like, all these crazy ice storms.
I know. Yeah, we're about to get one here.
Yeah,
like
Savannah,
tonight. And
Savannah is
I'm,
about to get bombarded.
I know. I really hope we don't lose power, but we do have like a generator and stuff. So
Well, I feel like you're
it shouldn't be
definitely
too
gonna
bad.
lose power because
I
I feel
mean,
like,
Yeah, probably.
but I mean, you'll be okay. It's definitely not gonna ice here, just rain. So
Yeah, you're lucky.
Mm.
But see, you get like let off loose with the snow and stuff, but then when hurricane season
yeah.
comes around.
yeah, not the hurricanes. Oh no, yeah. And there was like, wait, did you hear about the tornado that killed 3 people here?
Oh my god, I did hear
Dude,
about that.
the night like that happened, we were laying, like, me and Dina were just like chilling, about to go to bed, and it sounded like a hurricane outside. It was so
Oh my
scary.
gosh.
It was so scary. But then we, fell asleep. Woke up to all these texts like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "What do you mean?"
Oh my god,
Am
so
I
you didn't
okay?
even know it was like really
No,
coming through.
I was peacefully. Oh, I mean, I knew it was a huge storm, but I was just like,
Yeah.
good sleeping weather for me.
Yeah, honestly.
But
sure.
then it was just horrible, and like 3 people died, and people are missing. Like,
Yeah.
it's horrible. But yeah, okay. Anyway, my last and final piece of news is that
Okay.
Juju, our assistant, in case you haven't listened to the other episodes,
Our cat assistant.
yes, one of our cat assistants, he's being a little weenie hen right now, so I had to kick him out. So
Okay.
he's not going to take our notes today, but today we have our lovely baby assistant, Kiki.
Ooh, Kiki.
She really is sitting right behind me.
We love her.
Yes, we do. She's taking our notes today. I'm going to call her Baby Keeks, because that's what we call her. So, our little Baby Keeks assistant. So, anyway, yeah. So, if you need any notes, Savannah, you just got to tell Kiki and she'll do it.
Okay, great. Sounds good.
Anyway, so you want to go first this week?
Yes.
I mean, always, but
Yes.
I feel like, okay, we're going to be honest, you guys. Every other week, we've known what each other were going to talk about.
Yeah.
We didn't like want that, but like we just needed to have a little bit of planning, like it was our first podcast episodes. We needed to know what was going on. But this week, we do not have, I have no idea. I literally have zero
and I don't know what Taylor's doing.
Of what Savannah's doing, and I feel stupid for not knowing, but I'm really excited. So take it away, Savannah. Take it away.
You definitely know what this is.
Okay, I'm so excited.
Okay, have you ever played Bloody Mary?
Oh my god! Of course I have played Bloody Mary.
Okay, honestly, I've always been scared to do Bloody Mary.
Wait, have you never played it?
I don't think I have.
Savannah, there's no way.
Like, obviously I know what it is, and like, I've heard of it a lot, but I just have never played it.
Dude.
I'm so scared to do it.
Wow, that's so funny. I'm gonna have to really put in
reading
some clips.
about it. Oh my god. Yeah, honestly. Okay. So, we've all, everybody's heard of Bloody Mary.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You turn off the lights in front, and you're standing in front of a mirror. You say Bloody Mary 3 times, and she's supposed to appear in the mirror and, like, I don't know, scare you. Like, yeah, there's, like, a lot of different versions of it. I mean, I'll get into that, but yeah. Is that the one that you've heard too, that version? It's like you say it 3 times in the mirror.
Yeah. Okay, well, like the version I know you're going to get into this, but is like Mary like lost her baby or whatever. And so like when you say her name, like she's trying to find her baby and like kills you. I don't know.
So I've never even heard of that version until I looked it up.
Oh, well, that's the one I always heard of.
I feel like Bloody Mary might not have been as big of a thing. Like,
yeah. Like
where
North?
I grew up and stuff. I don't know. I mean, it kind of is, but it actually is like mostly elementary school girls who do it though.
Really?
You know that? Yeah.
That's funny. I mean, yeah, I was in elementary school when I first learned about Bloody Mary.
Like you do it at sleepovers and stuff?
For sure.
Yeah. And calling Bloody Mary it's like a divination tool, like using
like
a mirror.
A spell?
Yeah, basically a spell. And it's called, this is really hard to say, kleptoptromancy.
Okay.
So that's just like divination using a mirror.
Oh, okay.
So,
I was like, what does that mean?
So it's witchcraft, basically.
Okay, well, I love that.
Like all these elementary school girls being witches.
That's exactly why we are the way we are now.
Yeah. I mean, I never even did it, so I don't know how I am.
That's funny.
And it's like, basically the idea is like a portal between worlds.
Oh, yeah. That's like all mirrors.
Okay, so the spirit of Bloody Mary goes by many names. The most common, obviously, Bloody Mary, but people will like call her like so many different things. So many of these don't even make sense to me, but I'm just gonna list them. Some of them like Bloody Mary, Bloody Bones, Hail Mary, Mary Worth, Mary Worthington, Mary Wales, a lot of Marys, and then Sally.
Sally?
Yeah, I don't know.
I've heard Kathy, of like most of them, but no Sally and no Kathy.
Agnes, Black Agnes, Aggie, and yeah, like there's just a bunch of random names.
So there's like a ton of Bloody Marys.
Yeah, so I don't know if they're like, it's just the same one that will respond to all of these or just different ones, you know? But it's just weird that there's so many different names.
That is weird.
And then different phrases are used to summon Bloody Mary. So we were saying the most common one is to say it 3 times.
Yeah.
And then another common one is saying it 13 times.
Yeah, I've heard of that one too.
That's a lot, though.
That is a lot.
Can you imagine, like, a bunch of little girls in the bathroom chanting 13 times Bloody Mary?
Yeah, that's literally been me. So yeah, I can't imagine that.
I kind of wish I had done that.
I can't believe you haven't done it. That's what's crazy to me.
I don't know. Part of me thinks I did, but I don't remember it. So I don't think I don't know. So chanting Bloody Mary, or some people will say like, I believe in Mary Worth.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
You've heard of that one?
Yeah. Okay, fun fact. One of my favorite YouTubers, like, does this, like, on his channel, he does, like, all these, like, scary, like, rituals. And he did Bloody Mary and did all of these. So then after I saw that, I obviously had to go try it.
Oh, yeah,
So,
yeah. Honestly, I might go try it after this. Maybe
yeah.
I won't be scared anymore.
No, you should. Maybe.
And then another weird one that people will say is, Kathy, come out. Kathy!
Hey, yo,
Like,
Kathy,
what?
come out. That's something Garrett would say.
I really don't get where they got Kathy from.
Dude, nobody says
God.
that. That cannot be real.
Honestly, I think that one came about because Bloody Mary got really popular in, like, the 70s and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I guess that name was kind of common. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, are you supposed to say that 3 times? Or just
Like,
once?
a certain amount of time. So, like, you can decide.
Wait, what is it again? Like, come out, Kathy?
Yeah, it's like, Kathy, come out.
I'm gonna go try that one next.
Yeah. Okay, and then in some versions of this, because you can do this, like, so many different ways. In some versions, you have, like, a single candle.
Mm-hmm.
In others, there's, like, a candle on each side of the mirror. Or, I guess some people do it without a candle at all.
Yeah.
Like, did you do it with one?
I have done it with and without a candle. When I tell you I've done Bloody Mary so many times, but I've done it with both.
Okay. Oh, and in some versions of it, it's... So, like, usually it's a group of girls in... Because it's usually in a bathroom, because that's where a mirror is.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, a group of girls, and sometimes it's just one girl saying it, or sometimes it's, like, all of them at once. So, I don't know which is creepier.
Definitely, yeah, I feel like all of them saying it, maybe.
You think? I don't know. I feel like just one person saying it is, like, so creepy.
Honestly, either way is creepy.
Yeah. Okay, and then once she does appear in the mirror, there's, like, a bunch of different things that people say that she will do to you. Mm-hmm. So some of the things that Bloody Mary could do, potentially, it could make you crazy. She can scratch your face.
Oh my god.
Yeah. She could just look out into the mirror. Just look at you, stare at you.
That's funny.
Evilly. She could drag one of the girls back through the mirror with her to live with her. Yeah. She could scream at you, curse you, steal your soul.
No, not my soul.
Yeah. And drink their blood is one of them.
Suddenly she's a vampire.
Yeah, I know. That one, that's the random Kathy one. It's like, oh yeah, Kathy.
Yeah, Kathy's just one of the Cullen family members.
Mm-hmm. Alright. So, there's some theories of, like, who Bloody Mary is supposed to be, like, where she came from.
Yeah.
And one of the most, like, common one is Mary Tudor.
Mm-hmm.
And she put 280 people to death.
What?
For being Protestant.
Wow.
And that's, gave her the name Bloody Mary.
Oh, because she had a lot of blood on her hands.
Yes. Yeah. Ooh. So this was, back in the day in England. Mm-hmm. Back when it was, like, illegal to be Protestant, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's part of the reason her name's Bloody Mary, but there's also, like, another reason she is. It's because she was trying to have a baby and needed an heir to the throne, but she couldn't get pregnant.
Oh no.
And then when she finally thought she was pregnant, the baby, like, vanished or something. Like, she never gave birth to it.
Oh. It was a food baby.
I know. Like, it said, she had morning sickness, weight gain, and stuff like that, but she never actually had the baby.
Well, there's also, like, these things called hysterical pregnancies, like, where your body and, like, you think that you're pregnant, and even your body acts like it's pregnant because you want to be pregnant so bad, but it's, like, not.
That probably happened to her.
For sure, because I doubt they knew about that, like, back then.
Yes. Oh, my God. Because the king at the time, I remember learning about this in history. The king at the time... I really forget who it is.
King George?
Possibly.
That's the
I think
only
so.
king I know because from Hamilton.
Well, I don't know. The king, he like really, really, really needed
An heir.
a son. Yeah, he was trying to get a son, and people say that she didn't get pregnant because of him. Like he was the one who was infertile,
Oh.
but she was the one who would get punished for it.
Of course. I
She
mean, he's the
wasn't gonna
king.
produce a baby.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, he's the king.
and the proof for that is that he had so many wives beforehand
And never had a
that
kid?
wouldn't. Yeah.
Okay, so it's
So it's
definitely
like obviously
him.
it was him. Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, because of that baby incident, like disappeared basically. Part of the Bloody Mary thing is to say, "I stole your baby, Bloody
Yeah.
Mary."
Yeah. I have done that one too.
Yeah, so that goes back to Mary Tudor.
Ah, that's creepy. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's like real.
I know. Like maybe it's actually her.
Maybe it is.
Okay, so another one was Elizabeth Bathory, which I mean her name's not Mary, but
I was gonna say,
whatever.
where's the Mary?
But she was known as the Queen of Blood.
Oh.
She was a countess in Hungary. And she was convicted of murdering hundreds of girls. So
Why?
she could bathe in their blood.
Oh my God, are you serious? I was not
Yeah.
expecting that answer.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was, honestly, reading about her, it was crazy. Because she apparently tortured and killed, like, hundreds of girls.
That's horrifying.
With, like ages 10 to 14. Like,
no.
yeah.
Oh, she's the
And
worst.
It's also crazy, though, because that's the age group of people who would...
Like play Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
weird. Ooh.
And like when she got arrested for this stuff, and there was evidence when they came in and arrested her, like there were girls like tied up.
Dude, yeah, I was just gonna ask, like, is there evidence like of her killing or like hurting these girls?
So
That's
like
scary.
she did it. And people did say that she bathed in their blood, but that's kind of debunked a little bit because it wasn't really discussed during the trial or anything. It was just like a rumor that started years and years afterwards.
Yeah. To try to like make it sound creepier, I guess, probably.
Yeah. I mean, she was doing something with them because I think the reason she was killing all these girls is like to stay young.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's
I don't really know what she was doing with them.
Yeah,
but
that's like always the thing. Like you need a young girl's blood.
Yeah, see, that's where it comes from.
Ew,
like that.
I don't like that.
That creepy like fairy tale.
Yeah.
Thing, like it probably comes from her. Like she actually did it.
Wait, what was her name again? I know it's not Mary.
Elizabeth Bathory.
Elizabeth is crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Another one that it could be is Mary Worth.
Yeah, I've heard that name before.
Yeah, so she's a witch.
Okay.
Who was executed in the Salem witch trials.
Okay, that's why I've heard that name before.
I mean, I guess she could have just been like not an actual witch, but
yeah, I mean, she probably wasn't a witch. Yeah, she was probably just like smart.
I know, because they killed like so many people just for nothing.
They're like, oh, she can read? Kill her. She's a witch.
I mean, maybe she was though. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who knows?
But she was said to have used the black arts.
Oh,
so that's why she was executed. She was using evil magic.
Ooh.
But it's also hard to find any evidence of her existence at all.
Wow.
Because I looked her up and like there was nothing. It's just like all these Bloody Mary stories are saying, oh yeah, Mary Worth, but nothing could tell me she actually existed. So.
Where's the proof?
Exactly. All right, and then there's another one that's even more vague.
We love a vague story.
There's one that people think it could be is like a random woman of like she's more modern day who died in a car accident.
So
and her face was like
Kathy?
mutilated.
Oh my God.
Honestly, maybe that's Kathy.
I'm just trying to figure out where Kathy's coming into play.
Yeah, it could have been her. So yeah, honestly, I think that there's probably like all of these are different Bloody Marys, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
It's
like,
not like,
yeah.
like in the beginning I was like, oh, maybe it could be like one that just goes by a bunch of names, but I think it's like all these different ones.
Yeah.
And it depends on the way you call her, which one comes up, you know?
This definitely
Yeah.
sounds like, thinking about it now, like more like witchcraft than like ghost.
I know,
I mean, I guess
yeah.
both, but
Well, I guess it is, yeah, it is both because she's like a ghost who appears in the mirror.
but she also might be a witch ghost,
A witch, ghost, demon.
girl killer.
Yes. All right, I have a little short thing to end this. So originally, Bloody Mary was used to like predict the future in the
Ooh,
early 1900s.
interesting.
So the first way to do this was like a young woman, it would be in the dark and she would be holding a lit candle, and then walk backwards up the stairs to a mirror. And then turn around, look in the mirror, and she would see her future husband's face.
Oh wow, I've heard of that before.
Really?
Yeah.
I never heard of that.
I've never tried that one though, but I also didn't grow up with like stairs in my house, so
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I mean, I had stairs to like a basement, but I surely was not walking backwards up those stairs with a candle in my hand. I would
Yeah.
hurt myself.
Yeah. Well, I had never heard of that. It's kind of crazy.
That is crazy. We should try it.
Yeah. But some of the things that you could see, like, would tell, like, you could see what they were to look like, or you could see a skull, which
Oh.
is, like, ominous. Like, it could predict that you die before you get married, or you never get married.
Oh my god. So scary. I want to try it.
Yeah, honestly, true.
Let me go find my husband.
So, one last thing about, like, the mirrors and portals and stuff like that. Like, if you don't believe that mirrors could be portals, they could be caused by, like, hallucinations.
Oh.
Because in the dark, with only a little bit of light, you can hallucinate.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
So, that's
Interesting.
interesting. Honestly, I feel like it's ghosts, though.
Yeah. I mean, ghosts are always the answer, in my opinion. The first answer. Well, I will let you know that none of the times I have ever played Bloody Mary did I ever see Bloody Mary.
Seriously? Maybe you're doing it wrong.
Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I mean, I have, like, heard some stuff, but also that was probably just me, like, you know, in the moment, scared.
Yeah, yeah.
But please let me tell you about the first time I ever heard a Bloody Mary, because it was so traumatizing for me. It was so traumatizing. I don't know how
Okay.
old I was. I want to say 5 or 6. Okay. Maybe 7, but young. But it's like a really vivid memory in my head. I was in the brownies, like, you know, the Girl Scouts.
Yeah.
And we were on like this trip, like this camping trip at this Girl Scout camp somewhere. And each of us had like, it was like, I guess like a big teepee with like wooden floors.
Okay. Yeah.
And like
I know
beds
what
in
you
there.
mean.
It's like,
I've been in
yeah.
one of those.
Yeah, kind of like a
I think
cabin.
it's a platform tent.
Yeah,
what
for
you're
sure.
looking for.
That's
Yeah.
exactly the word I'm looking for. So there was 4 girls in one tent, and so I was like really young, and my mom was like one of like the chaperones on the trip, and I was really scared. Okay, because we were literally in the middle of the woods, in the dark, and I was so young, and the bathroom. First of all, we're at a camp, so the bathroom is an outhouse, and the
Yeah.
outhouse was, I'm so serious, half a mile from our
Oh my
like
God.
tents or whatever you call them.
I would just go outside.
Okay, so we're laying in bed, you know, and my mom, I like begged, I cried and I begged to sleep in the same tent as my mom. I was like, please,
Yeah.
please, please. And they were like, absolutely not. My mom was mad about it too, because she was like, let her if she wants to. Like, she's scared.
Yeah, honestly.
But they were like, no, you have to bond with the girls. What did that entail for me? That entailed me to get horribly scared from the girls in the tent. They were like, let's tell ghost stories. You know
Oh
how
my
they
God, they like creeped you out.
do. Yes, they were like, let's tell ghost stories. Have
Let's
you ever
just
heard of
traumatize,
Bloody
Taylor.
Mary? And I was like, no, I've never heard of Bloody Mary.
Oh my
And
God.
then they
How old are you in brownies? Probably
I don't
like
know.
10, right?
I was definitely I don't know. I want to say like younger than 10, but definitely older than like 6. I don't know. Don't have any idea what year it was, but I was definitely like little. And they like told me the story. Don't even remember the story, but I was horrified. And then we like played it in like a little mirror in that little tent, okay? And then I couldn't go
Oh
to
my
sleep.
god, you played it in the tent?
Yes.
Oh my god.
In like this little tiny mirror that one of them had brought, and I was like, okay, now I'm horrified.
Oh my god,
so,
she's gonna come out of the mirror in the
right,
tent you're sleeping in.
right. And so then everybody else just goes to sleep like normal. They're like, okay, we're tired now. Good night, sleep good.
Oh my god, I can't believe no one else was scared.
They were all older than me. They were all way older than me.
Oh.
Like I was like the youngest one, and so I did not go to sleep.
No, I just looked it up though. Brownies is grades 2 to 3.
Oh, well, okay. How old? I knew I was young. How old?
So you're like 8 or 9, I think?
Yeah. So baby, a literal baby.
Yeah.
And so I'm laying there, so scared. Every crack I hear in the leaves around the tent, I'm freaking out. I'm like, it's Bloody Mary. She's coming to get me. And so then after I laid there for so long, I had to pee. And it was in the middle of the night, and we were in the middle of the woods, and I somehow had to find my way half a mile down through the woods to go to the bathroom. And I was like, I can't do it alone. So I had to go in my mom's tent and wake her up, and we had to walk. And it was just so scary. It was so scary.
Okay, I would not have walked by myself even if I heard that story. Like,
honestly,
you know,
same. But my mom took me to the bathroom. We were both so scared to walk through the middle of the woods. Like, it was so
Can
dark.
you imagine being the mom in that situation? 'Cause
Right.
you have to like protect your kid, but
Right.
it's like you're scared too.
Right. And I didn't even tell her. Like, they just had scared me so bad telling me Bloody Mary.
Yeah. I don't remember when I heard of it first. Probably at a sleepover or something.
Yeah. Yeah, well, wish I could say the same, but it was horrifying.
That's crazy.
But we should definitely play. Kiki, go write that down. That's the next on the list. We're going to play.
I know, yeah.
Yeah. We got to play Bloody Mary. Play.
Wait, which one are we going to call?
I think we should just try all of them.
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, well, we have to do like the normal, like Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, like spin around. You know, that's the normal one. Me, as I'm saying that into a mirror, like looking at Bloody Mary's behind me.
It has to be dark.
Yeah. But wait, what were you going to say?
We have to do that one, and then the baby one.
Yeah.
And then,
yeah. I also want to like walk up the steps backwards and like try to find my husband's face.
Yeah. See, that one's interesting.
Yeah. That would be, we got to try it. So
yeah.
We're going to try it. Wow. That was a really good story. I was pleasantly surprised by that one. I was not expecting you to say Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
I really was not.
I knew you weren't going to guess that. Now I have no idea what you're doing either, though.
You have absolutely no idea.
I really don't.
Guys, I really think Savannah's lying, and I think she knows what I'm going to do.
Why would I be lying?
I just don't know. I just really don't know.
Right, just say it.
Well, okay. This week's story is the legend of the suspense. Mothman.
Oh my god, no, I seriously had no idea.
I don't believe you.
I'm actually so excited about this.
Okay, so
I can see my like little microphone thing going up to red. I know I'm like loud.
The excitement. The excitement is real. First of all, I love Mothman. He is my spirit animal.
Oh my god. Wait, I forgot is that in West Virginia?
Yes, it is in West Virginia.
I forgot that it was. Because you said it was somewhere you go a lot. So I was like, I had no idea.
So I know. So my family lives in West Virginia, and so I have heard of the Mothman for a long time because that's where he is. But I've never been to the place where he's supposed to be at. So anyway, let's get into the legend of Mothman. So, on the eastern side of West Virginia, like on the very corner of the eastern side, is a small, tiny little baby town, and it's called Point Pleasant.
Oh, okay.
So
I feel like I've definitely heard of that.
Yeah, no, you definitely have. And it's literally only because of Mothman. Because other than that, Point Pleasant is literally like nothing. Like literally nothing was there. Nobody had ever heard of it. Like literally, I'm like at all. Only 5,000 people live there. And that's estimated. Like not even
people
5,000.
aren't moving there for Mothman?
They're not moving there for Mothman, but boy are they traveling there to go see him.
Yeah.
So the first ever recorded sighting of Mothman was November 12th of 1966. And allegedly, like 5 men were in a cemetery getting a grave ready for a burial for the next day. So it's like nighttime, and these like grave diggers are digging a grave for like the next day's funeral or whatever. And so they're just digging in the hole. And then they look up at this tree because they like hear something rattling in the tree. And they're like, what is that? And what did they see? A winged, like a huge, tall, winged creature that had like taken off like in flight from the tree. But he's like huge. And they're like, excuse me? What is that?
Yeah, like, what would you do? Like,
right, like, what would I do? I truly don't know. But like, it was just like for a quick second, but all five of them saw it, literally, and they were like, it's just like a hugely tall, like humanoid figure with a huge wingspan that just flew off of a tree and flew away.
Oh my god!
When
did you say this was in the 60s?
Yeah, in 1966. So,
Jesus.
If I were to be, first of all, you aren't going to catch me in a cemetery in the nighttime digging a grave for somebody.
Yeah.
Like, that's already scary enough, but imagine doing that and then also seeing this human bird situation in a tree. Like,
I know.
Absolutely not.
Oh my god.
I would be so scared. So, like, what did these guys do? They, like, call the police and tell them, they're like, I don't know what this is, but, like, this is what we see. And people are like, what? Like, what are you talking about? But
I know, like, who would believe that?
Right.
Especially back then when it's just like,
right.
What even?
Like, people didn't even, some of them didn't believe them. But they still, to this day, stick to their story. Like, no, that's what we saw. I don't know what it was. It's Mothman, but they didn't know that at the time. So, that was the first ever, like, sighting. So, then after that, obviously, you know, people hear the story, like, they're going to make up stories that they saw them. But after that, Mothman took off. This birdman creature thing took off, and he was everywhere. So then not too long after, like I'm talking like just a couple weeks after the first sighting, there were two like young couples who were driving near this old power plant in the area, and they call it like the TNT area because it's like a nuclear power plant. And so they were like all like on like just a cute little double date, you know, to the nuclear power plant.
Yeah, just what you did.
You know, so cute. And they were just like all hanging out, and they saw two glowing red eyes, like just in like,
oh my god,
in the darkness. And they were like, what is that? So then they were like, okay, let's just leave. Like, it's fine, whatever. We don't have to stay here. And as they were like going back to their car, they see this tall humanoid creature flying above them. And so they're like running to the car now. They're like jogging a good nice sprint, get to the car.
Oh my god,
like,
and near the nuclear power plant.
Right. Like, how creepy is that? I would already be scared to be near the nuclear power plant. But also Mothman is there. So they like get to the car and they're driving away and they're like, we lost them. And then they look to the side. And this creature is flying, going like 70 miles an hour alongside the car with glowing red eyes flying beside them, like chasing them basically in their car.
Oh my god.
Is that not so scary? It's so scary.
Why is he chasing them? Like, just...
I don't know. Well, I mean, I do maybe know, but...
Okay.
So eventually these like the couples drive, they're all in one car. They get to the next town. And when they pull into the first gas station they see, they call the police, and this creature is nowhere to be seen. They're like, no, he was just right here. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
So after that, literally stories everywhere. In the first year, there were over 100 sightings.
Oh my god.
You know, some of those are not real, but like I'm sure some of them
everyone's like, oh my god.
Exactly.
Look, it's
like,
Mothman.
Look, it's Mothman. It's just a regular like dove flying in the sky.
It's an actual moth.
It's just like one of those giant ones.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Okay, so like after like in the first year, like all these people are like saying they're seeing it, but the thing is that it's all only in this town. Like they're not seeing like him in other places really, just like around the area.
Yeah, that's kind of weird though.
It is weird.
Like, does he just lives there and doesn't leave?
Well, we'll get into that. But so as like the sightings are coming into the police and like the news stations or whatever, the townspeople start getting harassed by some random strange men. And that might sound weird, but soon you are going to know exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Because, so I know me and Savannah are very much so like into conspiracy theories and, you know, all the creepy things. Obviously, we have this podcast. So, but if you don't know, I'm going to explain to you that, so we all know the movie, The Men in Black, right?
Oh, yes. No, I definitely know what you're about to say.
Oh, yes. So the Men in Black, just like in the movie, where they're like agents trying to conceal that aliens are real,
Mm-hmm.
Men in Black are real. They are real. If you don't believe me, look it up. I'm not explaining it to you. So many YouTube videos. But the Men in Black are like actual government agents who like are trying to conceal the fact that aliens exist. Or just like strange creatures that like they don't want, you know, us to see. So these townspeople who were coming out and saying like, oh, I saw this creature, this bird creature, these Men in Black were going up to them and being like, you can't talk about this. Like, you absolutely, please, like, we can't let this get out. Like, threatening them, like, you know, just being scary and threatening these people to not talk about this, to like keep it secret. So, and this is like, didn't really look into the evidence, but like, it's a very well-known fact that these people.
Well, I mean, obviously it got out.
Yeah, obviously. Everybody knows about Mothman.
Was it just like, did they do this before all those hundreds of sightings were?
Well, like in the first year, like 100, it was just like 100 in the first year. So like, I mean, that's like a lot for that small town, but not really, not for in the general world. So they were trying to conceal it, but obviously that didn't work. Obviously. So,
okay, yeah. And I guess back then it probably would have been easier because there's not the internet and stuff.
Exactly. Like 1966. Yeah. Just like basically people were telling people things by word of mouth.
Yeah.
Even then, like phones, no cell phones, not really. So, okay, here we go. So not only were the Men in Black involved in this, and when I say Men in Black, I do literally mean that they wear black suits, and like these townspeople were like, yes, men. They didn't call them like the Men in Black like the movie. They were like, men in black suits came and were threatening us and telling us like we can't say anything about this, like blah blah blah, but like would never tell them who they were or whatever. So anyway.
Yeah, I mean, like, how else are you supposed to describe them?
Right. Right. Like, I don't know when the movie came out, but I think that was definitely before the movie. So weird that you know, just kind of proves again that the Men in Black are like real. So so not only like, I mean, obviously if Mothman is real, this is like crazy. Like a human bird,
I know,
creature, like that's crazy. So
okay, is it like a bird creature or a moth? Like,
well, I keep calling it a bird creature, but like it's like a moth, I guess. It's kind of like both.
Like moth
wings, they say it's more like bird wings, but because of his red eyes, that's why they're like it's a moth. And I mean, like, also he doesn't have like feathers or anything, so he is like a moth. But like Birdman just isn't as scary as Mothman, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Birdman just sounds absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, I mean, other than the fact that he was like chasing a car that one time.
Yeah.
Like he didn't really hurt them.
He seemed like he was like just chilling.
Yeah, but I mean, like also him just chasing a car, maybe he was just bored. Like, I mean, if I like looked that scary, I would like want to mess with people sometimes just for fun, you know, like maybe, so. Or maybe he was just taking his night run, his little light jog, but instead of a jog, it's a fly, you know, getting his exercise in for the day. I don't know.
And he just happened to be next to a car.
I don't know.
Maybe.
But people say that Mothman is a bad omen because I lost my spot on the paper. Oh no, I figured it out. Okay, so literally almost exactly 1 year after the very first sighting of Mothman, there was a collapse of the Silver Bridge in Point Pleasant.
Oh my god.
And this is like not a bridge, not a tiny little bridge, not like a Payne Road type of bridge.
Yeah, yeah.
This is like a giant, like it almost out. We'll put pictures on our Instagram of this bridge because this is like a huge part of the story. But it looks like the Golden Gate Bridge. Like that's how big it is.
Okay.
It literally connected Point Pleasant, West Virginia to Ohio. It was like a very huge bridge. That
sounds pretty big.
Yeah. And so
it just collapsed.
Yeah, in December of 1967.
Oh my god.
It was in the night too. It was a nighttime bridge collapse.
Oh my god,
how horrifying is that?
Mothman is out.
Exactly. So, people said like the night of the collapse that like before it collapsed, people could feel the bridge like shaking as they drove over it. And then people also said like even before that night when you drove over it would swing, which horrifies me. I do not like bridges at all. At all, and I do not like that at all.
Well, do they think that he did something to it, or that it's just because he was around? It's like bad luck.
We are about to get to that. So,
Okay.
when it collapsed, 64 people were sent into the water below this bridge. And it was 44-degree water. Do you know how cold that is?
Pretty cold.
Like 70-degree water is still too cold for me. And 44 degrees, freezing. 46 of the 64 people died that fell into the water that night. Some people like drowned, you know, crushed by cars, crushed by the bridge.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. It's
insane.
really a lot. So, and this bridge collapse is known today as one of the deadliest bridge disasters in the United States. So, people say that Mothman knew that this bridge collapse was going to happen, and he came a year early to try to warn people about it.
Oh, so maybe he's not even a bad omen. He's just like,
yeah, like trying to warn
warning.
people. Yes.
So he's not even. Honestly, I like Mothman.
No,
in this
I
situation.
stan Mothman. So
Like,
I mean,
I don't think I would ever.
No.
When you said him in the beginning, like, I was never even scared of him until you said, like, he was chasing people. I was like, oh, well, is he evil? I don't know.
I don't think he's evil.
But he sounds like he's just warning everybody.
Exactly. Right? And, like, what if he was chasing those people? We're going to get into it more later, too.
Because they were going to do something?
Because they were going to do something? Because maybe they were going to drive on the bridge? Like, who knows? Maybe he was trying to warn them about that. So.
Oh, my God.
But obviously.
We love Mothman.
We stan Mothman.
Mothman merch coming soon.
Yeah, question mark? So, I mean, of course, obviously, his warnings didn't work. The bridge collapsed. All those people died. It was horrible. So, ever since then, Mothman is known to always show up somewhere in the world. And then tragedy occurs soon after.
Oh my God.
So,
seriously?
For your question earlier, Mothman does not stay in Point Pleasant. That's his, like, originating place. Okay. And that's, like, where everything, like, that represents him is. But Mothman moves around. And then every time people see him somewhere, something horrible happens. And it's, like, a lot.
So you really do not want to see Mothman.
Like, you don't want to see Mothman, but you don't have to be afraid of him, but you do not want to see him still.
Yeah.
So,
oh my God, I didn't know about that. That's insane.
Right. And so also, Mothman is probably not just one man. There are Mothmen.
All right, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
to me. Like, they're this like species or whatever, just like trying to warn people.
Definitely. And like some people even say like they are maybe aliens, like from a different planet.
Do you think they like prevent things from happening too, and then like some of them they just can't?
No, I feel like they. Well, maybe the ones that are too big, because. Well, okay. Let me just get right into this. Is that, people say that, like probably 6 months before Chernobyl, the Chernobyl disaster of the nuclear power plant.
Yes. Oh my God.
People saw a very large winged creature with red eyes flying around Chernobyl.
Oh my God.
And then we all know what happened there. But then guess where else people saw a large winged creature with red eyes flying like a year before? Where? Fukushima, Japan.
Oh
right,
my God.
A year before the nuclear disaster.
And it was near a nuclear power plant.
All of these places are nuclear power plants.
Wait, what? Remember, you said it was at that one in West Virginia.
I know.
Did something happen to that one?
No, but the bridge is like really close to it. But the bridge. So.
Oh my God.
I know. Crazy. It's crazy. So.
Okay, is it like proved that they saw it before these things happened, or like? I mean, there's come out afterwards, you know?
No. There's like stories. I mean, I don't have them here, but the stories were published before Mothman. I mean, well, I guess before what? Before like, 1966?
No, like before the things happen.
Oh, yeah.
Or do things happen and they're like, oh yeah, we saw Mothman. Like they say it afterwards.
You know, honestly, I don't know. Didn't look it up, but who's to say?
That'd be interesting to find out, because like if people are just saying that, I'm like,
maybe we should. Okay, you know what? Catch us next week and I'll let you know.
Yeah. Okay.
So, okay. The biggest thing that people say is that Mothman is a hoax But is he a hoax? Who knows? Personally, I believe that Mothman's real. But
Okay, I definitely believe it. And
Same.
like the fact that there's a bunch of them.
Exactly. Also, it's not that hard to believe that there is some sort of species in the universe that is a bird person. Like what
See,
or a moth
but
person,
also
whatever.
like, do you think they like just blend into people
I mean,
every
honestly,
day and
who
then
knows?
like
Mothman. There's a Mothman around you. I'd say
maybe
that one in every
there's a
100 people you
Mothman
meet,
in
there's
your
a
neighborhood?
Mothman.
Okay,
That's
but
so
like
funny.
when do their wings and stuff come out? Just when they want it to?
No, I think their wings are always on them. I don't know where they
They
live,
just like hide them or
reside.
something.
Don't have any idea. Maybe they live inside the nuclear power plant, or maybe they're created by the nuclear power plant. Who knows? I don't
See,
know.
that's what I was thinking originally.
I mean, like
But I don't
nuclear
know.
stuff is insane. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we saw Chernobyl, what it did there. Like,
Yeah.
who knows? Who knows what happened? So, actually, Mothman sightings have been connected to two other cryptids,
Seriously?
Thunderbirds and Owlman. I have
I've
never, I've never heard of Owlman, but I
I
have
haven't
heard
heard
of
of either of
Thunderbirds.
them.
Both of them are large, bird-like animals with giant wingspans and glowing red eyes, just literally exactly like Mothman. But they just call them Thunderbirds. Originate with some kind of like Native American tribe. Didn't really look them up that
Yeah,
much.
actually, I do kind of recognize that.
Yeah, but it's like the same thing, the same description as Mothman. And I should have looked into it, but honestly, didn't. But like,
Doesn't it have to do with actual thunder? Like
yes,
they
like
sound. I think their wings sound like
yes,
thunder or something.
yes. And Owlman, don't know who that is, but
Yeah,
sounds like a
I
cool
don't know what
guy.
that is.
So, but you know, obviously, scientists and some people don't want to just think that like Mothman is like a real thing, so they
I
tried
know.
to debunk it. So, actually, scientists from West Virginia University sought out to prove that Mothman is not real. So they, like some kind of like professor in biology, said that people describing Mothman sound like they're describing an owl, which is funny because Owlman. But
Yeah, really. I know.
but that like when
Okay, but how is
owls
the owl that big?
okay, but owls can be ginormous is the thing.
Are you serious?
Yes, like ginormous. Like have you
Have you
seen
seen?
pictures of like a ginormous owl that's like the same size as a person? Because I have.
No.
Okay, well, you know what? Check our Instagram. I'll put one in there because
Oh
they're
my
huge.
God.
I've seen an owl, a huge owl in real
Wait,
life
that's
one
so
time.
scary. What?
Owls, I love owls so much, but they scare me so bad.
Are they in West Virginia?
There are so
Huge
many
ones?
owls in West
Where are
Virginia.
the huge ones?
In just in the woods. And the funniest thing is that the biggest owl that I ever saw in my whole life was in West Virginia. And my dad hit it with a car. It flew in front of our car in the night when we were driving.
Okay, well now what if it is just an owl?
Well, that's what I'm getting to is that
Oh my
it might
God.
be just literally a giant owl. And so yeah, they like sought out to see like different types of owls and which ones like resembled what the people were describing the most. And they
Okay,
had this whole
that's
research project on it.
that's scarier to me than Mothman.
No, it's scarier to me
Giant
too.
owls? Like,
Giant owls.
no.
And like owls can be mean if they want to be mean. So honestly, giant owls are scarier than Mothman to me. So, I'm trying to find. Okay, so specifically, the scientists at WVU, said that the sandhill crane owl is probably one that resembles Mothman the most. So, you know,
Okay.
check those pics out because I'll put them in
Yeah,
the
we're gonna have
Instagram.
to look that up.
Yes, yes. Oh, I have the pictures. Can't show you right now,
Okay.
but you'll
Okay.
see. They're huge, and I mean, they do look like an owl more than a moth, man.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, like in the middle of the night, who knows what you could see? And when I saw that owl, it literally flew in front of the windshield, and we didn't kill it or anything because we like got out to see, but it like hit the windshield, and it looked like a person hit the windshield. It was
Oh my
huge, Savannah. It was
God.
huge. I can't even describe to you how big it was.
I'm gonna Google it right now.
Yes, do it. So, as you Google it, I'll keep on talking. So, sightings of Mothman were extremely common in the 1960s to around the early 80s, but sightings after the 80s in Point Pleasant kind of like dwindled. So, people think that, you know, it was his time, like the bridge collapsed or whatever, and then he moved on. from then. So I do think that's weird because people say that they don't see him there anymore in Point Pleasant. So I'm like, okay, but you said it was the owl.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, true.
That's what I'm saying. So, like.
Because if it actually was Mothman, he could have just, you know, like, died or just, like.
Oh, he's
went
not dead.
else.
Oh, no, he's not dead. Because in recent years.
Because there's, like, multiple of them, you know?
Oh, well, true.
Like, that one that was there could have just, like, gone or something. And then if it's owls, then they'd probably still be there.
I mean, they would definitely still be there if it's owls.
So...
Like, exactly. So, in the most recent years, in the most recent things that I could find, the place where people are reporting Mothman sightings now is in Chicago. So, we need to be on the lookout for something really bad happening in Chicago soon. I hope it doesn't happen, but if it does...
Wait, when did they see them?
Since the early 2000s.
Oh.
So, I mean...
Do they usually hang out for years?
Well,
before something happens?
Well, I don't know. Don't know. But, well, I say early 2000s, but I definitely mean 2010s.
Oh, yeah.
I still don't know what year it is.
Yeah, honestly. Like, where? What are we doing?
Like, 2021? What? I still think it's 2015, literally. So.
Literally, too.
Yeah. So, no. More recent than the early 2000s. But, yeah.
Okay. So, that's crazy.
I know.
Also, I looked up these owls.
Mm-hmm.
Why can they be so big?
I'm saying.
Why are they allowed to be that big?
Dude, owls are kind of big and they're very scary.
Oh my god.
Like, I don't know
when I didn't know you were scared of owls. You say you're scared of frogs, but now you're scared of owls too.
I'm horrified of frogs. I'm not really scared of owls. Like, I love owls. That's the thing. That's the difference. I hate frogs, but I love owls. Love owls. Oh, they're so... I just love them so much, but I don't want one anyone near me. I just, like, you gotta keep it away.
Yeah.
Like, stay far and I'm good. I mean, I kind of feel that way about frogs too, but I don't like them still. Love owls. Yeah. But as I said at the beginning, Mothman, you know, from Point Pleasant. Point Pleasant, tiny. Like, tiny, nobody really ever heard of town. But today, that city is thriving because of Mothman. Literally, he saved the city. In the middle...
Wait, we should actually go there, though.
Oh, no, I definitely plan to go there. Because, let me tell you what I'm about to tell you that we have to go to.
Okay.
It's canceled this year because of COVID. But, like, when COVID's over, we absolutely have to go. It's been my dream for so long that there is, in Point Pleasant, a Mothman festival every year.
Oh, my God. When is it?
I don't know.
When does it usually take place?
It's sometime in the summer.
Oh my god. No, we are going. We have to go.
We absolutely have to go. So this is
2022.
2022 or maybe 2021. Depending on the vaccination rates. We'll see.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Oh, okay, this is crazy though. This is crazy. Other than the festival, that's already a lot. But in the very middle of Point Pleasant, there is a Mothman statue, and that just reminds me of Atlantis so much.
Oh my god. Yeah, oh my god, they're worshiping Mothman.
I mean, he literally made them rich there, so I would worship him too.
That's so true. Oh my god, he brought them a lot.
He did. So yeah.
He deserves to be worshipped.
He definitely deserves it. And his little statue is so cute. We'll put it on the Instagram.
I really want to go. Like, you can... This podcast is just us thinking of different things we're going to go
1,000%. 1,000%. But guess what else there is in Point Pleasant?
What?
Not only is there a Mothman statue, potentially Mothman, and a Mothman festival, there's also open year-round a Mothman museum. And in the museum, part of me wishes that I would have saved Mothman so we could go to the museum first to like learn, because these people are people who have seen Mothman, like actual. So maybe we'll do an update like when we actually go.
No, we definitely have to.
But like, yeah. Like, I really want to go to the museum really bad.
Mothman museum. I'm obsessed.
Same. And they have Mothman merch. Like, I need all of the Mothman merch. But we're going to make our own too. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah. Maybe.
No, we will. So, oh, okay. Also, in the early 1970s, there was a real popular movie about Mothman called The Mothman Prophecies. We need to add that to the watch list ASAP.
Oh my god, what? Prophecies?
That's what it's called.
This is going back to them worshiping him.
Okay, is Mothman a god? We need to look more into this because...
I think he is.
We need, like... It's crazy because it is called The Mothman Prophecies. Did not watch it. Should have watched it.
Is it on anything? Like, what is it on? Do you have to buy it?
Probably you have to buy it. I don't know though. But there's also books written about Mothman. Like literally anything you can think of,
What?
Mothman's about it. He's about it. So
they should teach it in school. Like,
I mean, they really should. Imagine like a cryptid class in school. That would be so cool. Actually, there was one at UNCW. But
what?
I couldn't get into it. Yeah. It's literally called like Mysteries, Myths, and Legends. Not really, but like something very similar.
Okay, what?
I know. But I could never get into it.
Let's go and teach it.
Let's go and teach it. Oh my god.
In a few years. When we're pros.
I mean, I'm down. I'm honestly down. Would they let us? Maybe. Don't know. UNCW?
Oh my god.
Hit us up.
Well, there's a class on that? How did I not know that?
I don't know.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. It's like a journaling. It's like in journaling.
Like, there's obviously a mythology one.
Yeah. It's taught by the same guy, Savannah. It's literally,
God.
It's like real.
That's so cool.
And it's only offered like every other semester or something like that. So that's maybe why you didn't hear about it. But yeah. I know.
Yeah, and I was taking different classes than you. So.
Exactly. Well, I didn't even take that class either, but anyway, so basically, to wrap it up, some people believe that Mothman is a curse or negative energy, but me, oh no. I think baby Mothman is just trying to protect his people. Well, not his people, but us, the human race.
Definitely.
And trying to warn people when something bad is going to happen. Cause,
I think so too.
Like, he's like, there's no stories. I mean, other than the one of him chasing the car, story that I found was him like.
Okay,
being
those
mean.
people probably made it up.
That's what I'm saying. Or like maybe they did see him, but he like didn't chase the car. They just like wanted to add to the story, you know, like to sound cooler or whatever. But yeah, there's like no mean stories about Mothman. Not really.
Let's start worshiping Mothman.
Oh, okay. New religion, the Mothman prophecies.
Okay. I kind of want to look it up because I feel like there probably is a religion based on Mothman.
Yeah, here. You know what? Let me look it up.
For some reason, I really think there is.
Mothman prophecies. I love the Mothman though, for real. I have been obsessed with the Mothman for so long. Update. Okay, it's on Hulu if you want to go see it. So I might watch that.
I don't have Hulu.
You don't have Hulu? I have Hulu for free with Spotify. It's update. It's a 52 on Rotten Tomatoes. So it's not great. But it might be okay. I mean, I've seen worse.
Yeah, true.
Here,
I've seen worse on things that I actually like.
Let me give you the rundown of the Mothman prophecies real quick. Okay. A supernatural thriller focusing on a journalist whose wife experienced a strange moth-like vision immediately before she was killed in a car accident. 2 years later, driving to an interview, he suddenly finds himself hundreds of miles out of his way in the remote town of Point Pleasant, where there has been a proliferation of Mothman sightings. His research concludes that the visions are omens of disaster. So basically sounds exactly like the story I just told.
Yeah, honestly, that kind of sounds good. Like, I would watch it.
Yeah, same. We're going to have to watch it. But, yeah, that's the story of Mothman.
Jesus.
Crazy. Honestly, I don't think he's bad, though.
No, me either.
I love Mothman. I really am really curious, though, to see, like, if something happens in Chicago.
I know.
I mean, I hope not. Shout out to Chicago.
I mean, since it's been so many years, though, like, I feel like...
Yeah. But people are still saying they see him there.
And, yeah, well...
So who knows? Who knows?
Okay, but I'm still also scared of Bloody Mary.
No, me too. I'm honestly...
You even said you did it and you didn't see anything, but I'm, like, still scared to do it. Like, it's for little girls.
It is for little girls, but it's scary. Like, especially if you do it alone.
Honestly, why do little girls just go and, like, try to conjure up a demon?
I think all little girls want to be witches. Because I know I did when I was a little girl.
Yeah, true.
Still do.
No, I definitely did.
So, I think that's what it is, you know. I don't know. But, oh my gosh. I did it by myself one time. And that was horrifying. I mean, nothing happened. But I was so scared. I was just like, if Bloody Mary if she was really real... Yeah. And I was like to die from Bloody Mary. That would be like the craziest thing.
I know. Like, can you imagine? Like,
no.
What would they say? They'd be like, oh, she killed herself.
Probably. That's probably exactly what they would say. Or like, what if I just like disappear because she pulls me through the mirror?
That. Oh my god, you disappear into the mirror. Oh my god, people walk by the mirror and see a glimpse of you.
Oh my gosh, that's sad. Oh my gosh. Or like okay, she pulls me into the mirror and then somebody else goes to play Bloody Mary, but instead of Bloody Mary, it's me and I'm just like, hi.
Yeah, oh my god. Oh my god. But also, I just thought of something like, what if some like missing girls actually went missing into the air?
Okay, that's crazy. Have you seen Lock and Key on Netflix? Because
Yes.
that's what this is exactly sounding
See,
like.
that definitely reminds me of it.
That's crazy. But also, okay, I think I heard this like as a theory of Bloody Mary one time before in the past, is that like if she does pull you in, like Bloody Mary pulls you in, now you're Bloody Mary. So what if that's why there's so many Bloody Mary names? Because it's
Oh my
like
God.
after somebody does Bloody Mary and Bloody Mary pulls you in, like the original Bloody Mary can get out. Like what if, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows? Because there's a
Oh
lot
my
of Bloody
God.
Marys.
And you're more likely to go in if your name's Mary.
True. At least I'm safe. I'm safe. Also, Bloody Kathy.
Yeah, there's Kathy, Sally,
Oh, Bloody Kathy and Bloody Sally. Love them.
Agnes.
There's a lot of them. That's all I know. Bloody
You
Juju and
you
Bloody
could probably
Kiki.
say any name and somebody would come up, you know?
Probably. Bloody
You're just basically
Taylor.
calling upon somebody.
Yeah, that actually kind of is scary. That's kind of demonic.
Yeah.
Like Loki.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I never really thought about it like that. Like, how creepy it was.
Yeah.
Yikes.
It's honestly kind of cool to think about, though, because it's like, you can call up anybody
Yeah.
in this scenario. It's just like, it's not just one person.
That is really weird. You want to know something
But I
else
guess
funny?
the main ones.
You want to know something funny but mean?
What?
Not mean. I didn't do it on purpose. Okay. So then, eventually in life, I became the older girl to this
Oh
one
my
younger girl.
God.
And I was like, wasn't doing it for the intention to scare this girl. Okay. I just wanted to tell her the ghost story. I was like, if you don't, like, if you're going to get scared, I won't tell you. And they were like, no, tell me. So I told them. And then I got in a lot of trouble because apparently they couldn't sleep. Like for nights because they were that scared. And but but I got in so much trouble because like I really like apparently scared this person.
Oh my God.
Like their mom, like it was just bad. Okay, it was just bad. But I didn't mean to. My intention was not to scare. But it happened anyway. So well, that's all we really have for you guys, I guess. Crazy.
Yeah.
Follow us on social media because we need followers, please.
Yes, at myths_podcast.
Yes. And follow our personal ones because we want more followers on those too. They're below.
Yes. And so last week we didn't have the episode, but we posted on social media, so if that happens again, that's what we'll do.
Yeah, follow us so you can know if we're going to post or not.
Yep.
Hopefully we will never have to miss again, but I'm not saying that that's not going to happen.
Or just for a while,
Yeah, definitely. But sources are also below. Anybody who wants to say I'm plagiarizing, because I'm not. Don't want any of that hate. Kiki, did you take all the notes? Kiki, update. Our assistant is asleep on the job. So she's fired.
Didn't even take all the notes.
Fired.
Like, she probably missed half of the show.
She did. She only liked your story. She thought mine was boring.
Well, she's gonna have to go and listen through again.
Yeah, she will. Thanks, Keith. All right, well, I guess we're peacing out of here. See you next week.
Cue the music.